My name is Carole Green, and I have been involved with VMI for many years, as my husband is the class of 1967. I've always had a great affection for VMI, and in 1997, when the first women were coming to VMI, Colonel Mike Bissell, who was the architect of the VMI assimilation program, hired me to assist him with the assimilation plan. The plan really took us a year to implement. We looked at everything in barracks, everything in the academic buildings, to be able to assess what really needed to be changed and what didn't, because we wanted to maintain as much of VMI's character as possible. I kept hearing, well, women won't be able to do the VMI fitness test. And I took exception with that. I felt like, well, we'll see. So I went to Colonel Cole, who was the head of PE, physical fitness, and I asked him if he could design a program for me to develop the strength I needed to do pull-ups.
With the women right alongside their new brother rats, let's have what is known as the VMI.
So after some period of time working with him and working out in the VMI weight room.
Well, I could barely do one pull-up when I started.
I ended up actually doing 21 pull-ups, and I did take the VMI fitness test and passed it. And it thrilled me to be able to prove that, yes, they could. Women could do that. There was a lot of animosity about female cadets coming into VMI. It was a hard experience for them. They experienced quite a bit of negativity, but they persevered. Second semester, Colonel Mike Bissell and I decided that we would form a committee of female and male cadets from that class to meet on a regular basis to discuss problems that they saw among themselves as well as in the Corps, to maybe get some ideas about how to make things better. I think they had a paradigm shift sometime when they were actually able to talk to each other and tell each other how they felt, and finally realizing what impact certain things that happened had on them. Kevin Trujillo was the first class president at that time. With Kevin's assistance, we handpicked all the male cadets that would be the dykes for the females coming in. And that was very successful. We had a great group of young men that really took that responsibility seriously and looked after their female rats. One of the most ardent objectors to women coming here, I told him, I said, okay, you've got to meet one of these girls face to face, because you just see them as the females. And so I was able to arrange a meeting between he and one of the female cadets that was quite impressive. And he met me later. He said, well, I have completely changed my mind.
Let's go, come on, let's go! Let's go, come on! 14!
Some women want that challenge, some don't. But the ones who go through VMI and complete that challenge are so impressive. I can remember talking to one of the ladies from the class of 2010, and I asked her, I said, why VMI? She said, man, because it's the hardest way.